It is the fastest growing cancer in America, and you might be surprised to hear that I'm not talking about breast cancer, I'm not talking about skin cancer, I'm not talking about lung cancer. I'm talking about thyroid cancer. The National Cancer Institute reports that this year alone, about 45,000 women will be diagnosed with thyroid cancer. As a matter of fact, thyroid cancer is almost 3 times higher in women than it is in men. 15,000 men will be diagnosed. Most of those who are diagnosed will be over the age of 45. Most of us know how the thyroid is important for weight control, but this butterfly-shaped gland located beneath your voice box also affects your heart rate, your blood pressure, your body temperature, and it can even impact your voice. So, how would you know if there might be a problem with your thyroid? Well, according to information on Peninsula Regional Medical Center's website, symptoms of thyroid cancer may include a cough, difficulty swallowing, enlargement of your thyroid gland, a thyroid lump or a nodule, swelling of the neck, and hoarseness or a changing voice. The impact on the voice is something that really concerned our next guest. Tony Harnell is a singer and songwriter known for his exceptional 4-octave range. Of course, as a singer, his voice is everything. But then he was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Doctors told Tony that surgery was his only option for survival. He could either risk losing his voice or losing his life. And Tony joins us now to tell us more about his journey. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you share with me, what was it like when you first found out about thyroid cancer?
I didn't even hear the word thyroid. I just heard the word cancer. And that was enough to freak me out for a couple of weeks until I got all the information, so it was a tough time.
Took a little bit for the brain to catch up with everything the doctors were saying?
No, once I fell into the hands of good doctors, I was okay. It was the first couple of weeks that were quite frightening.
Okay, so you're faced with the decision of having surgery or not. What did you do? How did you handle that?
Well, I really wasn't faced with the decision to not have it. It was like it had to be done. There really wasn't another choice. I mean, there was, but I didn't look at that choice. I wasn't really given that choice. So it was pretty extensive by the time they found it, because I had gone to a doctor originally in the early 2000s, and he did not think that it was necessary for me to go further with examination. So I went on the road again and went out touring and making records and so forth, and was okay for a little while, and started to experience pain and other symptoms, and I felt like the lumps that I had felt originally that got me to go to the doctor in the first place were getting larger. And so it was a fairly long process looking at it, really, until I finally got the diagnosis in 2009.
Okay, so the good news is thyroid cancer is treatable, and you were just saying that you felt the lumps. We can actually do a self-check to take a look, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's actually really funny because the doctors are telling you how, I mean, it's something that you can easily do. I was doing it myself when I had it, just looking in the mirror, and I would swallow water and look at this stuff coming up and down, and thinking this can't be right.
Wow, so it's really that obvious. What were you looking for when you did that?
I didn't have to look for it. I felt, I mean, they were getting pretty big, and so I clearly saw 2 things rising and falling, and so I was actually really grateful that my more recent doctor told me to go do something about it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. It's, of course, surgery that's performed on the neck, and a lot of people are going to be a little hesitant to have a scar that's that visible. If somebody's in this position, and they've got to go through with the surgery, but they're scared of having the scar and everything, what would you say to them?
Well, obviously, being an entertainer, that was one of the questions I had for my surgeon, and I said, do I need to bring a plastic surgeon in? And he first of all, I got a rock star surgeon. That meaning he's amazing, and he did the same surgery on many singers. So he reassured me that it was going to be hardly noticeable, and where they did it was down here along the collarbone, and it's hardly anybody can notice it, and it goes all the way around here because of the amount of spreading that I had because I caught it so late.
Wow.
So I would just tell people, don't worry about the scar. Go to a good surgeon and you won't even really see it. It's more important that you worry about the disease and getting it out of your body, you know.
It's treatable and you can do it. Tony Harnell, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Now, we can't stress enough, if you do notice a lump in your neck, call your doctor. According to information on PRMC's website, there are a number of tests that your doctor can perform, including a thyroid biopsy, a thyroid scan, even an ultrasound of your thyroid. And according to PRMC, treatment depends on the type of thyroid cancer. Tony mentioned that he went through with the surgery. There are, though, other options that are available to you, like radiation therapy. If you want to know more from PRMC and about those treatment options, or if you'd like to learn more about thyroid cancer itself, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab. All right, so from thyroid cancer to breast cancer, learn how breast cancer treatments could be putting women's heart health in danger and how Coleman, Maryland is making it easy for you to learn about the tools that are available to maintain breast health. We're also learning about colon cancer today. Dr. Oz has more on how we can try to prevent it.
I get a load of questions about bowel function. You know what? I don't actually mind because it gets us talking about preventing colon cancer. Here's some things you need to know. Getting a colonoscopy allows doctors to go on polyp patrol to remove tags inside the colon that can turn into cancer. So get one by age 50 or sooner if you have a family history. Eat a colon-friendly diet. I'm talking about 9 fistfuls of fruits and vegetables a day. Blueberries and fiber from whole grain cereals and cooked dry beans are great. Limit red meat and stay clear of processed meats. Keep the colon flora balanced with live bacteria from probiotic foods such as yogurt. Cut out smoking and limit alcohol. And to keep things moving along, exercise at least 30 minutes a day.